This certain individual's mistakes are about to cost him 10 years, and quite frankly, I'm surprised it hasn't cost him their life. Hi, I'm Slack, and we're gonna talk about Johnny Somali, the professional goober on everyone's favorite streaming platform, Kick. I think a decent bit of people know who this guy is, and if you don't, well, sorry, you do now. For those of you that don't know him, here's some examples of his just top tier content.
Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki? You know why you do this? Pearl Harbor? Hiroshima, Nagasaki!
This was a stunt he was pulling in Japan about a year ago in 2023. He was going on to local trains and basically just being loud, and then also threatening and harassing the locals by bringing up Nagasaki and Hiroshima, saying,
I swear to God, you do again, we're gonna do again. You understand? You understand, Hiroshima?
There were multiple incidents of Somali harassing and causing issues. They're all pretty similar. There's another one where he even trespasses onto an active construction zone.
He's getting activated, dog. Check. He's getting activated, dog.
I think the train one in particular is extra awful. The man was just trying to peacefully take his train to wherever he needed to go, and to harass him, especially in this kind of a manner, I can't even really fathom acting this way, let alone doing this in someone else's country. Eventually, these events led to Somali being arrested for more or less just being a public nuisance, and for his own protection, he basically pissed off everyone in Japan, even including the tourists in Japan. There's even a couple videos of him basically getting rocked, and I would show these videos, but I kind of like my channel and I don't want to get a strike anytime soon. Anywho, this all ended up with Somali just getting a fine and then basically being pushed out of Japan. Go on, get out of here, you little piece of shit. This was in 2023, and now moving forward in time to around March or April of this year, 2024, Johnny decided to take his antics elsewhere and bother another country. I wasn't able to find a lot of video evidence here. I don't know if that's due to the laws there or whatever, but he basically took his bullshit over to Israel and started bothering the locals there. Now, if you're still wondering what he did that's gonna possibly cost him 10 years or more, don't worry, buckle up, we'll get to it. I have to give you all the Somali lore, or at least the clip notes, so you can truly understand how much of a dookie this guy is. While spending time in Israel, he thought it was a good idea to sexually harass a police officer.
Oh, you a bad bitch, I swear to God. You a bad bitch, I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God, I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby. Baby, I'll change your life, I promise you. You a bad bitch right here.
I don't know what you expected to happen here.
I'm in the sidewalk,
After his arrest, he basically ended up blaming it on being an American, and dude, we already look dumb. You're really not helping us here. Out of curiosity, if anyone's watching this video from outside of the US, I am kind of curious, what do you think of an average American? I really promise we aren't terrible. Bringing us to more current times, October, November of 2024, he had to up and leave and go bother another country with his stupid bullshit now that Israel was done with him. He moved on to causing issues in South Korea. And I think this might end up being the final chapter for Johnny, and to be quite honest, f*** him. What's happening with young Johnny over in South Korea? Well, he once again is being obnoxious on local transportation. He was playing North Korean music as well as Kim Jong-un speeches, which obviously didn't go well. At another point, he also ended up getting drunk, and when the staff of a small convenience store decided to cut him off, he ended up responding to that with violence. Now, these smaller offenses that took place in South Korea are kind of hard to find much evidence on. At least I wasn't able to find a whole lot other than just some words here and there. I couldn't really find any videos, couldn't find anything that really helped back it up. But based off of who we're talking about, I'm kind of led to believe they're probably true. But the big one, the real big fuck up that's potentially costing Somali 10 years. But first, an important message from our sponsor. South Korea and many, if not most countries, have statues to remember parts of their past, things they might adore, beings or gods they worshipped, or even dark parts of their history that should not be forgotten. I think most of us on the planet can agree that all history should be acknowledged and not tampered or whitewashed in any way. These past events should be acknowledged and remembered. And with that being said, Somali decided that historical statues would be his next target. What statues, you might ask? They were comfort women in South Korea. He would kiss, dance, and just do really heinous things to these symbols. I just have to believe that this idiot did not know what these statues represented. I by no means am justifying or excusing his action, but who in their right mind would do this if they knew the meaning behind them? Now, if you don't know what comfort women are, that's okay. Nothing wrong with learning something new. This was new information to me as well. During and before World War II in Japanese occupied countries and territories, the Japanese Imperial Army would force women and young girls into sexual slavery, and these comfort women were used by Japanese troops for basically anything they needed comfort related. But what this really meant was that they were brutally abused, physically and mentally beaten. How they were treated was just, it was disgusting. Comfort women were taken from many places, not just South Korea. Some of the other places included Australia, China, even Japan itself, Indonesia, and more. The largest amount being predominantly from Korea. Historians have speculated that the number of comfort women was likely between 50,000 and 200,000. Historians don't really have an accurate way to know this number, but it was a lot. I don't know if this was the final straw, but it at least seemed to be a pretty heavy one. Johnny ended up being banned from leaving, and yes, that's correct, leaving South Korea. Basically, while he's under investigation for his crimes and acts against South Korea, he has to remain there. We, or at least I, don't know the final outcome yet, but I think we will soon. To be honest, I think most of these other countries, what they've done to teach Johnny a lesson up to this point has been really tame and just mostly a slap on the wrist. Maybe if he spends some real time in prison, he'll actually learn something. Unfortunately, some people do need a rude awakening or a real slap to their face to learn the lesson, but apparently getting kicked out of multiple countries as well as getting face-fisted a few times isn't enough for him. I will say some of the historical information during making this video, I didn't know till I made the video myself. I'm not stupid, but I'm certainly not the most educated by any means. I was homeschooled in America. It's pretty easy to be respectful. If you don't know something, just ask. I think most people can appreciate someone being interested in their or their country's history or culture, the good and the bad, when it's coming from a place of just sincerity or genuine interest. Well, that's about all I have to say about Johnny Somali. Will we end up making a follow-up video if he ends up in prison for the next decade? Probably not, but we will see what happens. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, check out the others. I do horror games also. Watch them all. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.